around you now.
What's up guys, Magic Matrix here with another video, and today I'll be showing you how to perform the Murder of the Four Queens card trick. I posted the performance of this trick earlier this month on my channel, so if you haven't seen the performance yet, go ahead, click the link in the description to go watch the performance as well. So, for this trick, you'll need the cards that you see here on the table. You'll need the 4 queens, the 4 jacks, 1 king of your choice, and 1 random number card of your choice from any deck that you like. Now, you can see I have the 4 queens lined up next to each other and the 4 jacks lined up next to each other as well. They can be in any order that you want them to be. And I'm using the King of Hearts like in my performance video and the 10 of Diamonds like in my performance video. So the beginning of this trick is pretty simple. It's basically just a story. You're telling the spectator the story of the 4 queens. So I will leave the dialogue in the description so that you can see what you need to say. But basically, to recap the story, the 4 queens live in a mansion, the 4 jacks are their security guards, the king is their butler, and the number card is the spectator or the nephew. So, they're all sitting around the kitchen table, the lights go out, one of the queens is killed, the spectator goes to the phone to call the police, a second queen is killed, and by the time the police get to the house, all 4 queens are killed. Now, there's no sleight of hand, no fancy stuff going on at this point of the trick. You're just telling the story, the 4 queens are dead, and once you get to this point where the 4 queens are dead and the police have come to the house, is where the magic will actually start. So you'll take the 4 queens out of the picture, just place them off to the side, you won't need them anymore, and when you say that the police take all 6 of the people into custody, there's a specific order that you have to stack the cards when you pick them up, and this is what it will be. It will be the number card, a jack, a second jack, a third jack, the king, and the 4th jack. So, don't make a big deal of this, just do it casually, just pick up the cards. You say the police took the 6 suspects into custody, and you just pick up the cards just like this. No need to make any big deal of it. And when you get to the police station, and you say they're confronted by the chief of police, there's a specific thing that you're doing at one point in this process, so I'll go through it with you. If you watch my performance, you know that the police chief says that he moves a card from the top to the bottom for every letter he says in the word murder. So the first one is just normal. You just say M, move the card to the bottom, U to the bottom, and so on. R, D, E, R. Show the bottom card, it'll be one of the jacks. You say that jack is innocent, place it off to the side. Now, the second time you do this is when there's sleight of hand. The second time you do this, the spectator's card, in this case the 10 of Diamonds, will be on the bottom. So M, U, R, D, E, R. You show them this card. You tell them that they are innocent, but you don't actually put their card on the table. And this is what you do. This will be an exposed view. So if the cards are down like this, it would look like you're going to take the card, but what you really do is you push the spectator's card back slightly like this so that you can contact the card underneath it, and you're actually pulling out the king or the butler, and you're placing this card on the table. So from like this, you have the cards, you go like you're going to take the spectator's card, you pull out the bottom card, but in reality you've taken the king and left their card in the bottom. So it's not too hard to do as long as you do it fast, and obviously you have to practice this a few times and make sure your fingers aren't too dry. They have to be a little sticky so they can stick to the card and push it back. So again, take any finger that you like. I like to use my middle finger. Just push the card back like this. Make sure you cover it with your hands and your fingers so that they can't see that the card is being pushed out in the back. You can see just like this. Pull out the supposed bottom card, place it on the table, and then you can just use your fingers to square the cards back up like this. So now everything is clean. They think you placed their card on the table. It's really the king. Then do it again. M, U, R, D, E, R. Simple, you just show the jack that's there, place it on the table, no funny moves. You do it again. M-U-R-D-E-R. Another jack, nothing funny happening. Once again, place it on the table. Now you've come down to the last two cards. In this hand, you have a jack, and in this hand, you have the spectator's card. You want to switch the two places, because right now, in the position the cards are set up, the spectator's card is on the bottom, and the jack is on the top. You want the jack on the bottom. So what you do is you tell the spectator, I think we've come down to the last two suspects. They're still on the list of the murderers. You bring the cards apart, and when you put them back after saying this, you bring the jack, which is on the top, to the bottom. So now the jack is on the bottom, and the spectator's card is on the top. And then you just do the normal spelling. M-U-R-D-E-R. This will place the jack on the bottom at the end, and you can take that jack and place it on the table. You say this is the guilty suspect. Now they think that this is the butler, because they think that you put their card in this pile. So you tell them that you're going to recap the trick. There were 4 queens, they were killed, 6 suspects were taken into custody, 5 were eliminated, 1 is the guilty murderer. You spread the cards out on the table, and you stop for a moment to see if they realized. If they don't realize, you can just go ahead and tell them, wait a minute. The jacks were found innocent, and you were found innocent before, but now the butler is amongst the innocent. And they will now realize that their card is no longer there. And then you just go ahead and tell them that if the butler wasn't the murderer, then you were all along. And you flip over their card, the spectator will be amazed that you were able to do this. The spectator will not be able to figure out how you changed out their card as long as you do the sleight of hand subtly and you make sure that you misdirect them with the dialogue that you're using. This is a really fun trick, guys, and really it doesn't have too much sleight of hand, too much of anything. The whole beginning is just a story, and then there's just a few things you have to do to get the spectator's card to stay in your hand and to switch the placement of 2 cards. After that, it just requires practice. For some it might be shorter time, for some it might be longer time. But I know that if you work on this trick, you will be able to perform it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time.